let's address the elephant in the room.
And dye her hair Pepsi Wild Cherry Red.
My hair, I wish that I could say like this is for a commercial. Breaking news, I am starring in the next Pepsi Wild Cherry commercial. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't even think we can use those words.
We have to cut that out.
Big game.
Yeah, you can bleep that.
Yes, you can bleep
the big game.
Yeah, the big game. No, realistically, I just went for a little retouch because my roots were growing out, and I got into the chair, and she's like, oh, what are we doing? I was like, oh, just touching up the top. And she's like, oh, great. And then she's like, the red faded a little bit. And I definitely had red in it when I dyed it 2 months ago. And I was like, oh, yeah, definitely. It's like it was back to being like brown. Red is extremely hard to maintain. Fake red. And so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Now, this is definitely more red.
More on the ends are very red.
The ends are really red.
Now, it looks different in different lighting. And here is a little less red than it is outside in the office. And I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. You've gotten compliments all day, and everybody who has said to you, "Friend, I like your hair."
Yeah, the guys are saying nice things. I was like, "Oh God!"
And you were like,
"Thanks,
this was not on purpose."
Right, this was not necessarily the color finished product I had in mind. Like the top of my head is sort of where
you were living.
I was living, and I was like comfortable,
brownish red.
But then they would like just to retouch. It's like, oh, they pulled the color through. And then when I was getting my blow dry, I could just see, like I couldn't see the mirror, but I could just see like my ends being curled in the brush. And I was like, oh my goodness gracious, those are red.
When you walked in today, I was like, oh, no, it's red. It's red. Yeah. It changes in the lighting.
It changes in, I walk into a different room, it's a different color.
But it's fun to be like, yeah, I have red hair right now.
Yeah.
And then you'll go back.
I feel like Lava Girl. And
it's fun.
First called myself Shark Girl.
Yes.
Which was wrong.
The sea.
Yeah.
I did always want to be Ariel. Thank you.
Yeah. It's fun to live in that world for a little bit,
Yeah, I mean, now I really know what it would look like if I decided to like really dye my hair red,
And it works. It works. I wish I could see what my hair would look like red. I can't though at this point. I just
Is that a pun that you just said? It's fun to live in that world? Like Little Mermaid? Isn't there
part
like a
of that,
song?
part of your world?
Part
of your world?
I've always wanted to see what my hair would look like red, but I could never do it because it would just completely ruin my hair that I have.
Your hair is too perfect.
I have, thanks, but it took a long way to get here.
Your hair is far too perfect.
I will not touch it.
But the thing with red is like, red is just so hard to maintain that after a few washes, it'll dull down for sure.
It'll become
it happens
brown
every time. Like it just the red just dulls out when you wash it. So we'll see. We'll see how long it takes for it to get back
People
to
might start think you're
regular.
Might think you're going through something with the hat, and now your hair is red.
Well, just
changing
I feel
it
like
up.
fucking. I feel like I should. Honestly, I should have walked in the studio like Mia Thermopolis and Princess Diaries and just like taken my hat off.
Yeah.
And it's red.
Well, you're lucky that it doesn't look bad. A mistake could look bad.
And
it doesn't.
Right. Thanks for saying that. I'm not totally sold on that.
Well, I know that it's not what you want.
Yeah.
And your hair, the color was so perfect before it became this red.
Right. I think maybe it's just really hard. It's a hard thing to replicate every time.
Well, I think it's just because you loved it so much. And everybody loved it so much. It looked so beautiful that when you then, the next time you come in with red hair, you're like, wait, what happened to the color that you loved?
I think we literally just went one step too far.
That's probably what happened.
But
you're
because
rocking
it's, and I will say, like, when I first, when I dyed my hair in November, which was the original, like, reddy auburny color, we did it in 2 parts because the top of my hair was like my natural color, like went to like almost the top of my ears, and then the second half was still like bleached from when I was getting highlights, so the color picks up on my hair differently in different spots, if that makes sense. So like the top of my hair, I was like, oh, but then like the ends, which had been bleached before, like they picked up the red more than my roots have. And therefore, I think that's how I ended up with super red ends.
I think it's fun right now, and I think it's fun to pull off red hair for a little bit. You just can't have that for your wedding.
No.
You can't have bright red hair. No. You can't have bright red hair on your wedding.
No. No. I will probably lay off coloring it at all before that.
Yeah.